Some words never leave the heart. I still remember your old apartment, coffee stains and Polaroids. We were young enough to promise forever, like forever was a choice. Now your name lives in my silence, like a song I can't delete. Every little thing reminds me of who we used to be, and I wonder if you still think about those nights. I write unsent letters at 2 in the morning, talking to a memory that never answers me. We burn like fire, but faded too fast. Now I keep your shadow inside photographs. I heard our song inside a taxi, and suddenly couldn't breathe. Funny how a simple melody can bring you back to me. Maybe we were only seasons, maybe love was passing through. But no matter where life takes me, part of me stays with you. With unfinished dreams, you're gone forever. That's the hardest truth. But every lonely night still sounds like you. Some words never leave the heart. The city never sleeps, neither do I. 2 a.m. and I'm still awake, scrolling through old mistakes. Your voice still lives inside my head, even after everything you said. Streetlights paint my room in blue, everything reminds me of you. I tried deleting all our pictures, but memories don't disappear too. And every night feels the same. I still whisper your name. These midnight conversations keep pulling me under. I replay every second and still wonder, did you ever mean it? Or was I young, talking to ghosts through silent phone? I still check if you're online, like maybe love just needs more time. Maybe someday you'll call again and we can fix what we couldn't then. But deep inside I know the truth. Some people stay stuck in you, no matter how far you run. Their shadow follows too. Maybe doesn't exist. Maybe some hearts never quit. Maybe moving on just means learning how to live with it. These midnight conversations echo through my mind. You left months ago, but somehow never said goodbye. The city never sleeps, neither do I. You disappeared, but never really left. I see your face in crowded places, hear your laugh inside my room. Every memory keeps repeating, like a song I can't remove. I tried drowning out the silence with strangers and neon lights, but every road I take somehow still leads me back at night. You're everywhere inside my mind, a love I lost but couldn't leave behind. You're just a ghost in my head, dancing around every word you said. I try to move on, but you pull me back, like smoke in the dark, through every crack. Your jacket still hangs in my closet, like you're coming home someday. I know it sounds a little crazy, but I can't throw us away. Some wounds don't really heal, they just learn how to hide. And every time I smile, there's still sadness underneath. Maybe loving you too deeply was the worst thing I could do. Now every part of who I am still carries pieces of you. You're just a ghost in my head, living inside the things unsaid. And even if time takes your name away, you'll still haunt my heart every day. You disappeared, but never really left. Some people are forever, some are just a lesson. We met in the middle of summer, with nowhere else to be. You smiled like you already knew what you would do to me. We loved too fast, like we were racing time, pretending forever could fit inside one night. Deep down we knew how this would end, but we ignored the signs again. We were temporary, but felt infinite. A beautiful disaster I'll never beat against my chest at night. Funny how somebody's warmth can disappear from your life. We made promises we couldn't hold, dreams too heavy for our souls, and somewhere between love and fear we let each other go. Maybe time ruined us, maybe people change, maybe love alone can make somebody stay. We were temporary, but you changed me forever. Now every love song sounds like us together. Some people are forever, some are just a lesson. Maybe somewhere we got it right. In another life, maybe we don't break, maybe we survive all the mistakes. Maybe we grow old inside the same house instead of becoming strangers right now. Sometimes love arrives at the wrong time. In another life, you still hold my hand, and I don't have to pretend that I understand why two people who love so deeply still had to end. I still dream about the future we used to describe. Late night talks about forever and little city lights. Now I walk these streets alone, carrying what's left of the life we almost had inside my chest. Maybe the universe had different plans, maybe some stories I never meant to last. In another life, maybe we stay, maybe your heart never walks away. Maybe somewhere we got it right. How do we go from everything to nothing? You used to know my favorite songs, my fears, my dreams, my soul. Now we pass each other quietly, like we never loved at all. I still remember tiny details you probably forgot. Funny how one person moves on while the other one gets lost. You once called me home, and we barely speak, and silence suddenly feels too heavy to keep. We built a home inside inside each other. Now it's gone. Now we're strangers again, with memories we can't erase. Two people pretending they don't recognize each other's pain. You were once my whole world, now you're just someone I knew. And somehow that hurts more than losing you. And every little place we love feels different now, because your absence follows me. Somehow, strangers again, but not by choice. I still hear echoes of your voice. I still stop before texting, then remember I can't. There's a distance between us now, too heavy to understand. Maybe someday, years from now, we'll laugh about the past, but tonight it still feels like my heart collapsed. People say we'll both move on, and maybe that is true, but moving on still doesn't mean I stopped loving you. I wish goodbye was easier to survive when love once felt alive. Now we're strangers again, trying hard not to feel, but some kinds of heartbreak never fully heal. And even after all this time, part of me still stays inside the version of you that loved me yesterday. Maybe some people are only borrowed for a little while before becoming sorrow. Now we're strangers again, but your memory remains. And every time it rains at night, I still whisper your name. How do we go from everything to nothing? Empty apartment, half-open blinds, your coffee mug still sitting right beside mine. Dust through the window, late afternoon light. Everything feels frozen since our goodbye. Every night feels colder now. Part of me still wants you around. This empty apartment still sounds like you. Every wall repeating the things we used to do. And no matter how hard I try to move on, your absence keeps turning this house into a ghost. Your sweater by the doorway still smells like perfume, and every quiet morning still leads me back to you. Sometimes I play our old songs late into the night, pretending for a moment everything's alright. Maybe healing means letting go, even when your heart says no. every lonely evening turns into the past, because loving you ended way too fast. People say that time will heal the pain, but some kinds of heartbreak never leave the same. This empty apartment still knows your name, and part of me knows nothing feels the same. Because some people leave, but never really go, and some kinds of love stay inside your soul. Your silence still lives here. Your last voice message still lives in my phone. 3 little minutes that keep me holding on. You sounded so normal, like nothing would change. Funny how forever can disappear in a day. I replay your voice when nights get too heavy, like somehow hearing you still keeps me steady. That last voice message feels warmer than reality, because for a moment you still belong to me. I know it's unhealthy, I know it's not right, but hearing your voice gets me through the night. Sometimes I memorize every word you said, searching for hidden meanings inside my head. Maybe I just miss who I used to be before goodbye became part of me. Sometimes when life gets hard and everything feels wrong, I press play again just to hear your voice. People say someday it won't hurt this way, but tonight your memory still makes me stay. That last voice message still breaks me apart. 3 little minutes living inside my heart, and every lonely evening feels harder somehow, because part of me still loves you now. Maybe one day I'll finally delete it, maybe one day my heart will believe it, but some people leave without really leaving. Some kinds of love never stop bleeding. That last voice message still lives in my mind, like a piece of forever frozen in time. And even if someday I finally move on, part of me will always replay your song. I should delete it, but I can't. You loved me in winter, I loved you in spring. Every time we got close, something changed everything. We kept missing each other by inches in time, like two parallel hearts never crossing the line. Maybe fate wasn't on our side. Maybe we were wrong place, wrong time. We were parallel hearts, running side by side, close enough to feel, but never to collide. And maybe in another world we finally survive, but here we only learn how to say goodbye. I still believe there was magic hidden in our hands, but life kept pulling us away with different plans. Sometimes love exists without a happy ending. Sometimes two souls connect without staying. And every time I think of you, I wonder what could be if timing had been kinder to you and me. Maybe forever was never ours. Maybe we were only passing stars. We were parallel hearts, always almost there. A love story written in unfinished air. And every lonely night still reminds me why some people are meant to love, but not meant to stay. Maybe that's the tragedy of people like us. Right person, wrong universe. And even after all this time, part of me still believes somewhere in another life you'll never leave. We were parallel hearts, running side by side, close enough to feel, but never to collide. And maybe in another world we finally survive, but here we only learn how to say goodbye. We were always close, but never aligned. If we met again someday in a crowded city street, would you still recognize me, or just walk past me? Time has changed our faces, but not what we were. Some memories don't fade, they just blur. Time can change everything, but not what we felt inside. If we met again, would your heart still stop? Would you remember what we almost lost? Or would I be just a name in your past? A love you buried too deep to last. I still carry Sometimes in silence, when the world feels slow, I still